his goal on stage was to, as he said, put the stake in the heart of the Love generation. So he has all these different things that he brings out, like the snake. His first notable on stage execution was via the electric chair on the Love
Right.
It to Death tour in '71, and then the gallows. Alice is hung, the guillotine, but his most notorious stage prop is the snake.
It was.
When did this idea begin? And can you tell the story of the one snake Alice had? He had to use it in Brazil, and this thing tried to kill him.
Right. So Alice, was I guess it was a girl, a woman who was hanging around the band who had her own little pet snake, a little snake. And Alice saw the reaction people were having. She took it around like a purse dog, only it was a snake. And Alice saw the reaction. Even he was a little bit afraid at first when you first see the snake. But that clicked a light bulb in his head where it was like, okay, there's a reaction there. What can we do with it? Now, Shep Gordon also tells a story about he was in the Middle East and he saw a snake charmer and he was watching the reaction of the crowd to the snake as the snake charmer was doing his thing. So I don't know if one of them's telling a story and one of them's telling the truth, or if they both had these experiences and saw it at the same time. But Alice became well versed in snakeology and how to take care of snakes, especially how to keep them calm, and so that they would be a compliant part of the act. And he had big snakes. I mean, these things, you see them draped over their shoulders.
Pictures are in your
And
book.
oh my God. I mean, they're huge. They're monsters. And so he would use it, on stage, and and he even did it well into, I think, the 90s, might have been when he stopped using it. Britney Spears used it as
Yeah.
inspiration.
Yeah.
And then the one you're referring to, that so they go to play a festival in Brazil, and you can't bring your own snake into Brazil, I guess. So they told him, don't worry, we'll find one. And Alice is like, well, wait a minute, we tame our snakes here. That sounds really dirty. But he said, we because most rock stars, as we know, do not tame their
Yes.
snakes.
Yes.
But
Exactly.
saying, listen, the snake is part of the cast. It knows what it's doing. But I guess they promised that they would find him a snake, a compliant snake, and instead they just grabbed one out of the jungle that
Oh,
was ready to kill him, and
yes.
it was a boa that panicked on stage and started to do the boa thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you so much. I'm
And
going to literally love you to death here.
yes.
And
It was
so
poisonous, I would
yeah,
assume.
yes.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't poison. I don't
Or,
think it was poisonous in the fangs. The boas kill you, but with the squeeze.
oh, okay.
And so he literally put the squeeze on Elvis, and the crew guys had to come out and extricate him. And the crowd, of course, thinks this is a great part of the act.
Yay, that's great.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
realistic. Well,
Yeah.
it was freaking realistic.